So I kind of want to comment on this whole trad thing. Why I think it's kind of it's kind of both stupid and not stupid at the same time. Because I guess I'm gonna take a little bit history lesson before I talk about it. But you know, feminism was really never about equality. I mean, it was kind of more about basically it was about a feminized world where masculinity was a problem. I'm gonna see if I found a picture of a news article on it on the first wave feminism. If you don't believe me, you can read it yourself. Just so they can get the evidence from that one. But yeah, so basically, when you have like manginas or feminists, those are basically people who just hate masculine values and you know people who aren't feminized basically. So it's basically a mangina is basically a person who don't really value himself and just kind of thinks that men are are shit and just think you know everything feminine is the like the value you should strive for it. I mean those are the worst I think because they are betraying their own value and system in a sense. So, but and it's also why Incel movement was also made because if you really look at the history, it was actually made by feminists. So you have the opposition to feminism, which is the Incel movement, but they are part of the same thing really because feminists and incels they share a common goal, which is the hatred of either masculine values or feminine values. So you see how, in a sense, you can see how the root added here is the why it sucks. I mean, they both sucks. I mean, I hate both feminists and the incel movement. I mean, I'm a believer in equal opportunity and equal rights, though, because I do think it is a right for every human to have the opportunity to be who you are, whether you're, it doesn't matter what background you have or something. I mean, I think everyone should get a chance if they want to be something. So I'm a believer in that. I guess in terms of what government I'm for, I think Denmark has the best one. Social democracy with decent. But now I'm going off topic here. But basically, when it comes to the old trad thing, I do think that it's a right to have a choice. You know, if you want to be like a, it's nothing wrong really about it. But I also do find it cringe with the whole right wingers online. Who kind of obsess over this whole thing that yeah, females should be home and that's the best thing to be. I mean, uh, but I do think left wingers has more history of being authoritarian though because Benito Mussolini, who kind of made fascism made in Italy. I mean, he kind of started as a revolutionary Marxist and that's kind of the origin of Marxism is the whole authoritarian collectivism. It kind of want to enforce a sort of a tyrannical rule that if you don't think like this then you are this blah blah blah. You don't think like this then you must be this. So I do hate Marxists and the collectivist value that they have. So I do think they're shit. But right wingers can also be terrible in terms of. I mean, I just think there should be like freedom for people to choose their life. You know, I don't think you should enforce a certain value system. You should just let them. You know, if they, I think you should just try to understand people that some people have needs to be this. I think equal opportunity and equal rights is the best way to live your life. I just think the whole opposition thing is stupid. So yeah, I just don't see the whole big deal about it. But yeah, I just think the whole obsessiveness behind it is kind of dumb and stupid. Um, but yeah, I just think people should have the equal rights and equal opportunity. I don't think you should enforce people to be something. I think you should just let people be who they want to be. Whether if they want to be home wife, then that's their thing. If they don't want to, that's their thing. I just think if people should be able to express themselves, but I don't think any authoritarian means is the way to do it. I really do think social democracy with decentralized government is really the best government model, like Denmark has. For example, I do think if you have social democracy, then that's fine. If you don't have work and you kind of need help to get welfare until you can have enough education to get work, but I also do think that without a decentralized government, then society itself gets bad in terms of work enforcement, and it kind of stagnates basically. I mean, I wouldn't say stagnates. I mean, but I do think that it just doesn't get efficient enough. It kind of gets more in the hands of sociologists and social workers and more doctor state like Norway and Sweden are. And if you don't have social democracy or something like that, then it's more like maybe like UK or United States where it's more a problem with that. I guess the difference is the United States is more wild west of politics, so and United Kingdom is more education focused, so that's the main difference is the how serious they take it. But I blame the two-party system though, because I do think what happens is you kind of get the elected party to become part of the elites. I mean, it doesn't serve the party really. They kind of become part of the elite system in the two-party system, whether it's Democrats or Republicans. So it doesn't really matter what party you choose in terms of getting them in the two-party system. They're gonna sell themselves out just to serve the elites. So that's why you got to abolish the two-party system for a multi-party system. So that's really the main problem: is the two-party system is corrupt. It doesn't work, and that's the only way you can get change really, if you want to change at all. So you just gotta abolish it, and for a multi-party system, because two-party system is not gonna help you. But yeah, I guess I got a little bit off topic there, but just to explain my value system, I just do think equal opportunity and equal rights is the way to go, and I think the whole feminists and incels are both the root of the same problem. They just hate people for being who they are, and that's really the problem. It really stems from the origin of how it came to be. I mean, I only think the only reason why feminism became a thing is because I do think they actually had some legit causes back then. But the root of it was never about legit values. It was more about using something that was made sense, like that people should have equal rights, and that makes sense. But it was never really about that to begin with. It was more just exploiting some issue that was relevant at the time. But the motive was not really genuine, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's just what I want to comment on. Thank you for listening to this video, and bye.